What's up everyone, today I'm going to show you how I edit my photos. So let's begin. So today I'm going to show you how I can make this picture look like this. The first thing I do when I go through the look at this photo here is I just double check and make sure that is the photo I want to edit. So, what I first do is I will correct my photos. So I'll go to lens correction and I'll remove chromatic aberration and I'll enable profile corrections. It will adjust the photo to the type of camera I took it with. Next, I'll just kind of scroll through each picture and see which one I think works the best. Since this picture is out in the wilderness, there's a lot of green and brown and stuff like that, I want to make sure I'm tying that background and those colors into the main theme of this picture. So what I do is I use presets in order to get the basic look of what I want for my picture, and then I'll do my tweaks then. This coloring right here, I like this preset a lot. It's a very popular theme that I like. So I'll click on that, and then what I'll do is once I do that, I will use this spot tool and I will just kind of edit just around the face here. I will invert it. Now sometimes it can be really hard to get, like these darker eyes in here. So what I will do is I will take my brush and I will just kind of brush right over the dark parts, and then I will just slightly expose. Now after that, what I will do is I will go down to my detail and I will just pick a good spot where you can see a lot of different textures and tones. And so this automatically has this sharpening up. Now I can see a little bit of noise in there, so what I'll do is I'll pull my luminance up just enough so I'll kind of smooth out those little spots and everything. So after that, I will go to my hue and color. Now as you can see here, there's a lot of red kind of within the skin tone. Now I don't mind a little bit of red, but I don't want too much red to be distracting. As you can see, if you pull too much red, it looks like he's sunburnt, and no one wants to look like that. So I'm just gonna pull those down a little bit just so you get more of a hint of a red, but you still got orange. I'm gonna pull the orange a little bit to kind of get more of that natural skin tone into the skin there. After that, I go to my basic. Now, even though it has my contrast and all those already kind of adjusted, what I'll do next is I'll pull my clarity up. As you can see, that's way too much, but if you just add a little bit to it, you see, then it gets to 2000s music video kind of look. So we're gonna go pull it back up, and I just want to grab a little bit of just texture, and my whites will go down a little bit. And now see, you can already see just the difference. You can already see the difference in this picture than the original. So now I don't like to edit too much in my pictures, so what I will do is get a basic look, tweak the picture with a little bit of my own. I can even pull the vibrance a little bit more, and actually I don't care for that too much. But then ultimately I kind of already have exactly what I'm looking for in the picture. Do my little tweaks. I'm in and out. I can do 5-6 photos within 5 minutes by doing this technique, then sitting here and editing the picture from scratch, doing everything custom myself. If I did that, I would not get anything done. Once I have this, I like to just kind of tweak and zoom in. Not that much. I like to zoom in and go down in detail again, and I just like to pull that luminance just a little bit more. And even though it may not look as much of a difference, it really does ultimately in the picture, although this preset is designed to have that kind of cinematic grain to it. So that's the whole idea. You're supposed to kind of get, I won't say vintage, but you're supposed to get, you know, that cinematic, you know, look to it. So once I have this done, now I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can just export right out of Lightroom, but I don't like to do that as much. I know you can, you know, use script and all that stuff to just export all the edited pictures at once, but the thing is though, I have different imports all the time. I go out and take pictures and videos all at different times and then come back. So I like to do editing kind of intermittently in between those sections, so then I don't get swamped full of just pictures I have to edit in it. Because if you edit for hours on end, you can start losing your creativity and start trying to just get it done and over with, and that just kind of kills your pictures. I know there's a lot of, you know, darker tones and a lot of shades in there in his eyes and all that stuff, and I know I lighten up a little bit, but the idea is it's supposed to be kind of like a solemn look. It's supposed to be he's looking off into the distance. I'm not trying to light up his whole eyes. I mean, let's just, for example, let's just zoom in onto his face here, and as you actually, like, maybe not that close. Whoa. So let's say I'll just edit through here and I'll add an adjustment, and I do brightness, contrast, exposure. Alright, so let's do this. Now, let's say I want to expose his eyes a lot. Let's say I want to expose his eyes a lot in this picture. And actually, you know, let's say I want to brighten up his eyes. So let's go close to his eyes. Go to the brush tool, and I click on this, and I pull the exposure way up to really bring in those lights. And even if I took this and I added highlights and pulled the highlights out, now when you look at it, it almost kind of looks like his eyes are swollen and they're red and he's been crying or something. And yeah, there's many different ways you can edit eyes and all that stuff, but like I said, I want to just lighten up his eyes. But even, let's say I do this, even then it's just, it adds too much of that. I like that dark look. I like some of that solemn look. And everyone's editing is different. So if you want to brighten up his face a lot and really make him just that dead center of a picture right there, then that's fine and everything. But for my style and what I like to take, now I have kind of different styles depending on what I take pictures of. Now obviously stuff like this where I can be a little bit more creative and fun and just experimental with, I love to just change things up a bit. If I'm doing photos for a business or for a wedding or even for grads, I like to make them not necessarily generic, but I like to make them more professional, yet you know, makes the person feel more attractive. Ultimately, in Photoshop, once I get the picture that I'm kind of going for and I edit to exactly what I want, what I do then is, see, just the original to the edited, you can definitely tell the difference. So once I do that, what I will do is I'll literally just export out of Photoshop. You know, I do export as, and I make sure it's on JPEG, quality is 100%, and I don't enable color profile. I always convert to sRGB, that's the best way, and I just, you know, leave it at that. I export it, and let's just name this M1, and I already have it in a specific file and everything like that, so I know exactly where that picture is when I need it. I just click save. Once I have the pictures saved and everything, what I do is I either airdrop it to my phone and then post it through there on Instagram. Now Instagram, you don't it doesn't matter if it's like the best, high quality, most, like pixelated picture ever. And the reason why is because Instagram will compress it and downgrade that file no matter what. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and comment below if you would like to see more how-to videos like this, and I will see you in the next video.